Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my separate code Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to be too hard during this live podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And also, if you're under 18, this live podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this live podcast recording will change to adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this live podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else out of the way, let's get into the topic. Let's get into the latest episode of Gozyuger. So basically, the Oka booster we last left off. We see we see Rio goes Leo, attacking the Rangers while fighting a super sinking red fire candle with the Oka booster. So basically, the Rangers what the hell is going on with you? What kind of was kind of kind of be withered about mm, why you're attacking us and attacking chicken red at the same time. So basically, turns out that the only reason why he's attacking the other Rangers, and Fire Candle, seeking red power up, is because he wants the Sink Cancer ring for Fire Candle. So basically, he doesn't want the others to get the Sink Cancer ring from Fire Candle. He wants that ring to give to his friend Ray. So anyway. So anyway, the Rangers were, but Fire Candles, the power of the Oka Booster 50/50 gave the upper hand to Fire Candle, and therefore the Rangers were kind of outpowered until Fire Candle couldn't handle the power anymore of the Oka Booster. He retreated back to the bridal base in Homeworld. And basically, when he got there, he started to go on a rampage and whatnot. And basically, so basically, Mr. Shiny Knife and Miss Sweet Cake, had no choice but to restrain him in that Oka booth and whatnot. And basically, the rest of the Rangers, demorph and basically it's and Riku just walked away and not spraying himself for attacking the others, and basically just walked away. And basically the rest of the Rangers minus Riku back at the cafe is what the hell got into Riku? Why did he attack us like that? So basically, and basically Machina was well, we'll worry about that later. Me to get that Oka booster me to get that old router and shield it back again. So basically, turns out that turns out the Oka booster is a very powerful. It's the Oka booster is based off a whale, and basically it's a very power. So basically, it was meant to get meant to power up these Sentai rings with super modes and whatnot. So basically all the Sentai rings with a super mode that was meant for, but it's too dangerous. But but the gun, but the Oka booster gun has its own mind of its own. So basically, nobody can handle the power of the Oka booster. So basically, it's the best thing to do is sew that thing away again. So basically, it maybe Fire Candle's desire to gain more power must have summoned it and broke its seal from under the sea and whatnot. So basically, Meshino had an idea to lure the Oka booster gun, toward them by dressing Kenshin up as a seal. Turns out that kid wears eat seals. So basically, everybody thought this was ridiculous, the most ridiculous thing we ever seen. So basically, the other Rangers like were kind of like milking this situation, making the situation, having a good fun time with Kenjin who was stuck in a seal suit and whatnot. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere else, we see Riku talking to Ray. It's like he's like hey, well, hey, like Riku was like hey, give me older sister back, and basically I tried to get the Sentai ring back. But but I couldn't. So basically, just give me older sister back. And basically, Ray said, no, no, I can't let you. She's a part of the experiment, and besides, until she gets her Chinkenji ring back, she won't wake up for her coma again. So basically, I need her to figure out the power of the Sentai rings to help me save my life. So basically, I know that you used to owe me, used to owe me and whatnot. So basically, if you get the Sentai ring back, if you get that ring back for me, and basically, to help me save my life again, I'll be good, and I'll be good, and basically, I'll let Odo go. So basically, that's the whole Riku situation with his friend Wade going on right there. Anyway, meanwhile, Fire Candle Tega finally, did something to Fire Candle and basically forced him to use her powers to force him to go to sleep, and basically using her powers to summon a copy of Jizzo, the bad guy from Shinkanger, who was the rival for Seeking Red, or better known as Decker from Power Ranger Samurai, to summon a copy of Jizzo, or aka known as Decker from Power Rangers Samurai, and basically we're gonna use basically he said this copy of Jizzo will come in handy against the Rangers. So anyway, so basically, the idea. So basically, the Rangers were like, so basically, Kenshin and Hal were hauling like seals, and basically the Oka booster broke free from the cage that Mister Shiny Knife and Miss Sweetcake put it in, and basically it woke up Fire Candle, and basically they went to go for went to go confront the Rangers and whatnot, along with the copy of Jizzo. So basically, Mr. Knife and Miss Sweetcake were there, and basically, and with some foot soldiers as well to fight the Rangers and whatnot. So basically, Rio came up, showed up as well, and basically all the Rangers morphed up and basically started to fight against the foot soldiers, Mister Shiny Knife and Miss Sweetcake, and copy of Jizzo from Shinkanger, and a power up fire candle seeking red, secret seeking red and whatnot. So anyway, with the Okabusta. So basically, things were while the Rangers were busy fighting against Miss Sweetcake and Mr. Shiny Knife against the foot soldiers. Mm, we see Riku, and Hal was fighting against the copy of Jizzo, and Fire Candle is as Fire Candle as to power up Shinken, as the secret Shinken Red and whatnot. So anyway, things started to get worse for the Rangers until so basically the Oka booster power finally turned Fire Candle into a monster, like a monster version of Shogun mode. So basically, if you ever watch Power Rangers Samurai, there was a secret power up version called Shogun mode. So basically, imagine a monster version of Shogun mode. So basically, it can this monster version of the Red Shogun Ranger and whatnot, or the Red Shogun Shinkanger and whatnot, and basically it, it for it, it basically forced you. uh, so basically it forced Machino and Riku out of their ranger form to force them to demorph, and Jinzo was the only ranger was so basically Hal was the only ranger left to fight the monster seeking red fire candle and the coffee of Jizo. So basically with no other choice, he managed to get his hand on the Okabusa and basically and basically like so basically Riku and Machino say don't use it, don't use it, you will be a monster just like Fire Cannon is, and basically like with some great like with some great confidence and like don't worry about me, I'm the most feared hound, I have no fear, I'm basically I'm the most I don't fear anything, and basically he managed to how managed to how is real managed to help him tame the Okabusta power and basically he got his own power up for him into Wild Goes a Wolf form. So basically he has a new power up for him called Wild Goes a Wolf form. So anyway, he used the power to he used the power of the Okabusta and his power his new power up for him to take down the coffee of Jizo and basically and fought against the monster seeking red fight the the monster version of Chicken Red as Fire Can and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Master was impressed that he was able to tame the powers of the Oka booster and whatnot, and basically, and also how managed to talk, managed to get Rico to come back to his senses and whatnot, and basically, like realize that what he'd been doing was wrong and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, the monster sinking red version of Fire Candle managed to make himself grow, and basically he used the power of the Okabusa to combine with the to combine with the Tegasword and form a new version Tegasword Crimson Moon Tegasword Crimson Moon formation to take down the monster Fire Candle Shinken Ranger monster, and basically he was able to get the Sentai wings that Fire Candle had, and also Fire Candle was back to normal again. He was just passed out on the ground, and that's when Miss K woke him out, and he's like, I'm sorry for what I did. I let that Shinken wing get to my head and whatnot, and basically I'm sorry that I hit you, Miss Lady Bouquet. So basically, like you know, so basically, he's like he's like I deserve to be punched in the. You deserve to hit me in the face. So basically, he was expecting a punch for the face, but instead, Miss Bouquet punched him in the stomach instead, and basically, okay, I was. That's okay. The punch to the stomach was okay, and basically he fell to the ground, and pretty much he fell to the ground again and whatnot. Anyway, Hal was having a discussion with Riku, like, what the hell is going on with you? If you don't want to talk about it, fine. But that you have messed up with the you you had messed up for our alliance not to attack each other and whatnot. So basically, I don't want you to go. So basically, whatever's going on with you, I hope that you do tell us what's going on with us and going on with you. But for now, you need to make it up to the others. So basically, Machino, they said that I have an idea he can make it up to the others, and they came up with the idea that 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 he that he was there that he was a part of the plan to get the Oka booster back from Fire Candle. That's the reason why he attacked the other Rangers and whatnot. So basically, they came up with a crazy plan to tell him that Rico, the reason why he attacked the others because he wanted to they wanted to make sure that Riku got close enough to Farkan to get the Okubus back. So basically that's the reason why he attacked us because he was trying to be convincing to fight Kano, so like to get close to him to get the Oka boost back. So basically, the other Rangers bought the excuse and whatnot, and basically and they decided to let it be bygone, let bygones be bygones. Now, at this opportunity, Riku has the opportunity to tell the truth about his friend, about his friend using Odo to and using Odo to do an experiment to trying to use the Sentai rings to save his life and whatnot. He could tell the Rangers about his situation, but he decided to keep it hush for now. Anyway, meanwhile, we see Ray with a new Sentai ring. Looks like a we see him with a Sentai ring. Looks like a Sentai ring, and basically well, this will come in handy very soon. And basically we see him walk away into the night, and basically this is how the episode ended on this note. Now, this could suggest that Ray could be working on his own. So basically, I'd assume that Ray must be working on his own. I also assumed earlier that he might be working with somebody, but so basically he might be working with somebody, but or maybe he's working on his own to try to figure out the powers of the Sentai ring to save his life. So basically, whatever happened to him in his past, must he must be on borrowed time, or whatnot. And basically, he wants the Sentai rings to help him or help him, save his life. And basically, I'm hoping that we'll get more detailed about Ray's situation. But this was a good solid episode of Go User. Go User. Well, anyway, what do you guys think about the latest episode of Go User? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, signing off from Screw You Reviews. One.